Well, good morning. It is a Sunday morning. It is Sunday Super Bowl or whatever you want to call it. It has been over 2 months since I have done a podcast on discussions, and I'm very sorry. I've had time to do it, but the sin of procrastination got the best of me. I could say we've been busy all in our class studying. I could say that. We've been busy preparing med surge. I guess it's called med surge. I don't know. I just show up to class and do whatever they tell me. So, but we've been doing that and busy with life. If I'm not at school, I'm at work, just like everyone else is. So, I'm back in the saddle for it. And I was at work yesterday. I was working Park Ridge in the ER. And working with one of our nurses who I thoroughly enjoy working with. Very smart, quirky. I can almost consider her like a sister. We just got so much in common, family-wise, work-wise, and ideas. It just makes work so much fun to be with. And we were talking about some personal things, family things, and I might share later. It's no big deal. And she goes, you know what? We ought to do like a podcast on this. And I said, well, I got a podcast. And then it made me start thinking, I haven't done one in a while. And so back on board here. I think it's therapeutic that I do things like this. Whoever wants to listen to this mundane, boring voice, go ahead. Go ahead there. So I had an idea a while back. I can't remember what it is, but I like the title of it. And I'm going to call Get Your Shift Together. And maybe started to think over the holidays that we had of preparing to get back, into the routines of studying things. But then maybe really started thinking when we started doing clinicals, up on the third floor, we're all doing different. We're all doing just different things and such. Like, some people are in the OR and we got sim lab and then we're on the floor. So I'm familiar with the floor. I'm not saying I'm an expert on it, but being in the ER is it's a little more fast paced. Things of that nature. Sorry if you hear a ding there. It's a little notification that came through. But anyway, just made me started to think about, preparing. And so basically the way things, these things, here that, we get a little email, the night before or the night of, with our patient and what they have going on, do a little research what we have going on and such. And so, but once we get on the floor here, one thing I want to, stress is, some people don't have experience being on the floor, and that's why we're in nursing school, to get experiences and things. We get the base knowledge of what they want us to learn. We play the game. We regurgitate what they tell us, but we have to know the things because we have to take our ATI test. And then one day we're all either going to be on the floor or, I don't know, nursing homes or maybe urgent cares or maybe specialty cares, things of that nature there. But regardless, we all have to prepare for our shift. And with that being said, it made me start thinking that it could be the simplest things when you prepare. How do you prepare for shift? How do you, do you, pregame a meal? Do you get up the night or that night of and pack you a little meal, getting ready to go there? And, do you have your stuff laid out? There's the things that we do of that nature there. But really preparing on shift. But what made me start really thinking about this is seeing how these nurses that I work with in the ER and how they do like shift handoff. And I watch them and I listen. And a lot of them, their shifts run from like 7 to 7:30 and we have a 30-minute lunch. So you have that 30-minute layover is for, so you get your full 12 hours of work. But you just don't come in and and say, okay, well, you got rooms 6, 7, and 8. I'll see you later. There is a shift handoff that has to be done. And so they prepare, these nurses who's been on day shift, they prepare to do the handoff on the nurses that are coming on the night shift. And everyone has their different ways and different things. And I ask questions, but a lot of times I'll watch and I listen. I listen to what they do. Some people take notes. Some people just kind of do a verbal, this is what we got going on. They're sitting at the computer and say, okay, these labs have been done and we've done this, and this is why this patient is here for. We're waiting on these tests, waiting for radiology, or we're waiting for CT to come and get them, or this patient's going to be going home, and they need an ambulance or a wheelchair van, and that's been taken care of. And so they do a good patient handoff there. And with that being said, they're always preparing throughout their shift. So that's a big thing that we can look at in our own lives here is us, getting your shift together. And that's what these nurses, and I work with a lot of good ones, that they do. They get their stuff together. They come in. Now, I've seen a couple that come in looking like a hot mess. And I think we've all done that, us older ones. We've all come into work not prepared or going out the night before. And I can pretty much, after talking and be looking at them and talking and saying, oh, you went out the night before. And so they're just coming in and looking, we all laugh about it. But the thing is I know I kind of went down a rabbit hole on the end of shift, and maybe that's a whole other, conversation to be had, is about really preparing yourself when you're on shift. And I think it's things that we all need to work on is preparing, with pens, or do you have little mini notebooks that you have here and such. And I feel like I have a little bit, I'm not bragging, I just think I have a little bit more experience, and I remember when I first started in the ER as a medic there, and I just went in, I was all over the place. I was trying to find my flow, and with me, and it's just as basic as I just take a piece of paper, fold it down to a size of like a business card, and I keep them in my pocket. And that's the most common thing that I've seen, and so I do that right off the shift. I can write notes down, or if I have to go give meds, or if I'm taking someone upstairs that's being admitted to the, up on the floor, what floor they're going to, what room they're going to, and things of that nature there. Because sometimes we get real busy. And so I mentally prepare myself, for the shift. When I'm going into work, I'm sitting in here, and a lot of it is a mental game that we have to play there, and we have to do. And so, I just want to encourage you is that whenever we be doing these clinicals and such, it's just preparing yourself, getting ready, getting your shift together. So you'll be ready to go, ready to roll. And I think each time we do things, I'm seeing a lot of progress. I'm seeing people that are being more, confident in their skills and more confident in talking to people and things of that nature right there. We got really great instructors. And so I'm just seeing a big upswing of how things are being done and how people are learning there. And I'm real proud of us of how what we're doing there. So anyway, with that being said, I just kind of talking off the cuff this morning, having some coffee, and actually I've been, blowing off wanting to do my AOUs, those questions. And so I got 3 more to be done and I'm finished there. So that's my goal for this morning, of getting my shift together for the upcoming week here. So with that being said, take it to heart, get yourself ready, get yourself prepared for this week. 2 more tests, Mod 3, Mod 4, and I think an ATI. Don't quote me on that. That's what I got my daughter for. She keeps me straight on what needs to be done. Like I said, I just show up. You tell me what I need to do, and I do it. So with that being said, y'all have a great Sunday. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on Monday, and clinicals on Tuesday. So y'all have a good day, and talk to you later.